Hello Nancy, I hope you had a good weekend. So it's currently Tuesday. I couldn't make the recording before. It was too much work and also taking care of the family full time. So the lines are the wrinkles. I was trying to find the file I sent you the other day, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I don't know what I did, but usually it's somewhere on my download files, but I cannot find anything. But anyway, there's something we're gonna do today is this. So this time I'm gonna send it to you, so that's where you have it. And here we go. So generous, selfish, volunteer, cruel, helpful, greedy, careless. On your computer, you may have noticed you have a dictionary. Okay, the dictionary like this. So French English or just plain English. We're gonna just every time we're gonna try to find an example with, let's say, generous. So that's where you can have it around. So it's an adjective showing the person showing a readiness to give more something as money, time, or that is strictly necessary or expected. She was generous with her money, showing kindness towards others. It was generous of them to ask her along. Okay? So there is this, you are generous with your money and your time. Selfish, that's the opposite. Selfish. So the same, huh? I joined them for selfish reasons. So personal profit or pleasure. Okay? So lacking consideration for others. Why am I showing you this dictionary? Because you can see different ways of explaining a very simple word. Now we have volunteer. To volunteer, it can be a noun or a verb. He volunteered for the job. I rashly volunteered to be a contestant. So I can also click on stuff I don't really understand. Okay? Without careful consideration of the possible consequences. Okay? Careless. I rashly promised crime would fall sharply by September. You are saying something without really understanding the consequences of your words or your actions. Cruel. So, willfully causing pain or suffering to others. Okay? To be cruel, the winters are long, hard, and cruel. Okay? A cruel remark. He's a cruel politician. He's only thinking of himself, selfish, and cruel, causing pain to other people. So, helpful. Well, that's pretty easy, but let's see what they say here. So, giving or ready to give help. People are friendly and helpful. We found it very helpful to receive comments. Greedy. Okay. So, greedy, having or showing an intense and selfish desire for something, especially wealth or power. Greedy thieves. So, I would say, maybe like a greedy politician, something like that. Also, an excessive desire or appetite for food. So, food, wealth, power. Now we have careless, which is not giving sufficient attention or thought to avoid harm or errors. She had been careless and had left the window unlocked. A careless error. He was careless about his own safety. She gave a careless shrug. What is a shrug? You see, you can learn a lot of vocabulary like that. Okay? So it's, she gave him a dismissive shrug, an act or instance of shrugging one's shoulders. Okay, so that's different here. A shrug or to shrug is to raise one's shoulder slightly and momentarily to express doubt, ignorance, or indifference. Okay, so Jimmy looked. Let me explain. When you don't really care, or most of the teenagers, they do that. They raise the shoulders and they feel like, whatever, I don't care. or it doesn't matter, so they don't really care. So it's like to shrug and a shrug, okay? So anyway, that is done. Most parents are generous with school, etc., etc. So, greed is called a sin, okay? The greedy IRS agents, homeless people or homeless children, the orphans. So the place where you have orphans, it's called an orphanage. Okay, so wishful thinking, it's from the All Clear. Let me see if I have it. Let me just check. All Clear is here. Okay, so that is, chapter 4, I believe, 4 or 5. Okay, let me see if I can. I'm looking for the. So 4 is this one. We did it. Now we're on chapter 5, which is fine because we are just paying attention to the different expressions. Winning the lottery, he's got it made. Luck. So you have the track. It's track number 21. Let me see if I still have it around. And sometimes, and let me see if I can just find it like that. So no, we're gonna try to do it like that. It's CD2 or CD1, I don't remember. CD1, like that. There we go. So 21, maybe it's not the same because this is Italian. So anyway, the All Clear here is trying to show, the fact that somebody won the lottery and, they are feeling like they don't necessarily have to pay for everything, but they can feel a tiny bit generous, and they can just be like, well, I'll buy a bit of gifts, and after, I don't think it's the same. Yeah, I'll buy a bit of gift, and after I'll, I'll just keep everything for myself. So that's 21. Let's listen to it.
Lesson 5, Focused Listening, page 76. As you listen, A, close your book. Listen to the conversation to find the answers to these questions. How does Michael feel about winning the lottery? What is he worried about?
What's gotten into Michael? What's he doing?
I haven't the slightest idea. Look, he's coming over to us.
And these are for you.
What's the occasion?
You haven't heard? I won the lottery yesterday. $10 million.
$10 million? Come on, that's unheard of. Are you sure?
Beyond the shadow of a doubt. 6, 12, 22, 24, 25, and 28. I got every number. And it was the first time I ever bought a lottery ticket.
Beginner's luck, I guess. How do you feel?
I'm in shock, to say the least. This is really all beyond my comprehension. It hasn't sunk in yet. Maybe it never will.
Well, I've got to hand it to you. You sure look very calm. If I were in your shoes, I don't think I'd be able to stand still, let alone buy presents for people and have conversations with them.
I'm not so calm. I really have no idea what's in store for me. Right now my whole life's up in the air. I'm worried about making the most of this. I don't want all that money to go down the drain. I'm going to need some time to think.
Are you going to quit your job?
I can't say yet, but I won't rule it out.
Well, you're right not to make any quick decisions. And you should be on the lookout for people who want to take advantage of you.
I know. I plan to be very, very careful.
Well, no matter what you do, with $10 million, you've got it made.
I hope it's...
B, listen again.
So, okay, so we don't need to do that. It's not that difficult. So, we have a lot of exercises. What's gotten into someone is like what has happened to someone. It's like, what's going on with this person? This is a question you might ask when you see that someone you know is acting in an unusual way. So, into gives the highest intonation to the word into. What's gotten into you? Okay. You haven't smiled all day. What's gotten into you? Nothing, I'm tired, that's all. I've never seen her so happy. What's gotten into her? I wonder. Let's go ask. Okay. So think of a friend or relative whose behavior seemed to suddenly change, becoming very happy or angry. Did you say something to anyone equivalent to the expression what's gotten into her, into him, into her? Okay, not have the slightest idea, have no idea, have no clue, not have a clue. So, not know at all. So, it is not possible to put this expression in the affirmative. You cannot say, I have the slightest idea. Now, do you know what time is it? It is, I haven't got the slightest idea. I have no idea, I don't have a clue. I never wear my watch when I'm on vacation. Do you think he knows about the surprise party? I'm sure he doesn't have the slightest idea. Has no idea, doesn't have a clue. Okay? So, two other ways to emphasize that you don't know something beats me. Your guess is as good as mine. It's informal. Do you know what time it is? Beats me. That's not common. I wonder where they left the key. Your guess is as good as mine. This is okay. That's unheard of. That's unbelievable. That never happens. This is said when something is so unusual that it is not heard of. In some countries, students go to school on Saturdays. That's unheard of here. That's unheard of here. Unbelievable. That doesn't happen here. They are paid only $2 an hour. That's unheard of here. How can they live on that? Beyond the shadow of a doubt. Absolutely sure, certain, with no doubt at all. Some people say beyond the shadow of a doubt. Are you sure? Is she really pregnant? Yes, beyond the shadow of a doubt. In the US legal system, a person is considered innocent until proven guilty beyond the shadow of a doubt. Would you say, a person is considered innocent until proven guilty? That's it. So anyway, to say the least, that is something we're going to do today. So we explained 4 expressions, I believe, if I'm remembering well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And this is not difficult, but it can create some confusion. Okay? So anyway, we are going also to talk about the green card, and you'll see it's different situations. I'll see you later this morning. Take care and see.